Yo, what is up, man? This is the Black Manga Critic. We are back. It's been a while, man. It feels like it's been a while. You know what I mean? Like I got so many live streams to catch up on. So many manga that I have not read for a while that I've just been dying to read. But I've just been so busy with work, just teaching, after school stuff, tutoring. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of stuff. So. I'm back. I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna switch the schedule up. Because I want to make sure that I am streaming during the week and that I'm doing it pretty regularly. So I'm gonna switch some stuff up. I'm gonna probably come up with another video once I really know when I'm going to stream, what I'm going to be streaming about and when. All right, but for now, this is about that One Piece, man. This is about that One Piece. I keep saying I'm gonna go on a break. People keep pulling me back in. So we got to reach One Piece chapter 896. Why? Because it's the end of the fight. We got to read it. I got to know. All right. I mean, I didn't watch Dustin's reaction, but I saw the comment section. I was just like, man, like it was some funny stuff. Like, it's just funny. You know what I mean? So I got to know what's going on. This is one of those times where it's like, I'm going to read it early because something's happening. I need to know. I have not been really involved in One Piece discussions like that because they don't happen on Fridays, and maybe Saturdays, and I haven't read the chapters yet. So this is gonna be one of those moments where I read the One Piece chapter early, so I can have a discussion, so I can talk about it, so we can see what's going on. You know what I mean? We got to do it. Okay. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Okay. Yo, Reg, what's going on, man? Let's get into it. I gotta see. All right. So One Piece 896. Let's do it. All right. This is not gonna be a rant or anything like that. I'm gonna see if I can join another stream or some streams. If there are gonna be streams going on tonight, I am home finally. It is a Friday. I have no more work until Monday. It is nasty outside. So we're gonna read this. So we're gonna read the chapter. All right. One Piece chapter 896 is entitled One Last Wish. And the short novel that was super popular in the One Piece magazine, One Piece Novel A, is going on sale April 4th, blah, blah, blah. The cover is specially drawn by Oda Sensei. Okay. Dropping in on the lives of the Straw Hat Grand Pirate Fleet, Volume 28, Haruden Arc. List of escapees of Buggy's Delivery. New Giant Pirates Captain Haruden. Okay. I mean, like, we come on. Like, we've been noticed. We know. Move on. That wasn't even a worthwhile cover page. All right. Tick-tock. 12:28. 32 minutes left until the rendezvous at Cacao Island. What do you think the chance is that Katakuri loses? Are you serious? Ow. It's been 0 from the start. That's right, idiot. Brother Katakuri is the perfect man. Ow. If I was Straw Hat, this is what I'd do. The promise he made to his crew members is Cacao Island, 1 a.m. In other words, his crew members and ship won't be here till 1. In which case, I'd capture the only key to Mirror World, Sister Brûlée, and wait out the time in Mirror World, or on some other island. You're right, and Sister Brûlée is still missing, even now. True. Because he can just run away from his fight with Katakuri, and simply wait until 1 a.m., there is certainly a chance that Straw Hat Luffy will emerge from this mirror at the appointed time. I see. That makes sense. Sister Brûlée is a bit of a dunce. She'd be pretty easy to capture. All of these people are soldiers and fighters. If I can't get Luffy out of here the very moment he shows up, we're done for. Pudding, once Luffy shows up, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you. All the way over there? Can you even hear me, Pudding? And I was thinking back to Pudding. This is your bride-to-be, Lady Pudding. Tomorrow, let's get married. Now that I think of it, we met each other under rather strange circumstances, huh? Well, we'll be parting ways soon. Thanks for everything. What? I tricked you and tried to kill you. And you're thanking me? Don't, Sanji. I want to apologize. I must apologize. Shut up. I guess we are enemies. No, not that. But even if the wedding was a trap and that whole thing was just an act set up by Big Mom and her pirates, sorry about that. I'm really glad you played my fiance, Pudding. Oh, she's crying. That's one of those good Oda faces. No, I wasn't trying to make fun of you, or no, don't cry. Don't you cry. Oi, Sanji, my dear, I want to ask you for something. One last wish. Okay, so she took out the cigarette out of his mouth. I don't know, maybe it was a kiss or something. Oh well. 12:37. We're back to the fight. Looks like Katakuri threw a blow. I feel like Luffy also threw a blow. All right, let's see what's going on here. So there's Katakuri, there's Luffy in his Snake Man form. All right, so Luffy threw a punch. Katakuri, I think, hit Luffy or like grazed him or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he did hit him. I don't know. But I think that Luffy did hit him. I'm not sure. But it looks like, I would think that he did. I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on to the next piece. I'm pretty sure they both got hit. I would assume that's what I'm going to assume. But it's a little odd. Like, it doesn't look like Luffy's punch connected, but I guess maybe it did because there's blood coming from Katakuri and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Let's move on. Okay, so both of their things go back to them. Their arms go back to them. And then the floor is cracking. It looks like Luffy's falling in this panel. And he drops. Katakuri is still standing. And yeah, Luffy's passed out. Katakuri's just fallen. Okay, so it looks like they're both down initially. Okay. So time has passed. Okay. Whole Cake Island. He somehow managed to survive until now. And if by some quirk or fate he manages to escape despite this massive contingent, well, that will be truly big news. Shut it, Morgans. Abandon all hope of getting a scoop out of this. We swallowed our pride and trotted out every last bit of our military might just to prevent things like quirks of fate. Even if that Pirate King, Gold Roger himself, were to emerge from that mirror, he wouldn't get away. And after we've captured all of them, I'll cut off their heads and arrange them in a pretty row. Put that on your front page as a warning. My, what horrible taste. You don't need to go that so far. Ha ha ha. As if that'd be going easy on him. It's okay, 12:43, so time has passed yet again. It's over, Father. We're at our limit. We're going to be done in before we can reach that island. Let's just ditch this cake and run. Don't lose heart now. We were born in different corners of this world, but at least when we die, let us die together. Father. Okay. We should make it by 1. 12:45. Time has passed yet again. But Brûlé, the key to Mirror World still worries me. Even if he wins, if he doesn't have Brûlé, he won't be able to make it out the mirror. I'm not confident Luffy's thought things through to that extent. You're right. It'll be impossible. It's definitely impossible. What do? We don't even know if he's sure of the time we're supposed to meet. That too? Next page. 12:47. So Luffy, looks like that's Luffy's hand. He gets up. Luffy's trying to get up. He's breathing heavily. Listen carefully, Luffy. 1 a.m. in the morning, okay? After you crush him, find a mirror that'll take you to Cacao Island. We'll rendezvous there. What? What time? Katakuri standing. Panel's kind of a different perspective, so it looks like Katakuri's towering over him. Luffy's looking like, what? One day will come to defeat Big Mom. You bet. I'm gonna be the Pirate King. Guess you really can see the future. Okay, so he falls, he's falling. Falls on his back. Luffy's like, huh? He's pretty much down. So Luffy takes the hat. I guess the hat that's like on top of his straw hat. And covers his mouth. Right? So we kind of get that symbolism. Move on to the next page. All right. So we get some more info here on this last page. Okay. Brother Katakuri. Oh, I'm Branch. Hi, Branch. Hi. It's Brule. Straw Hat. What sort of vile trickery did you use to do that to brother? Looks like you defeated. Looks like you defeated Katakuri. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I can't believe it. Gao. My name is Mr. Romes. I've been waiting here with Brule to get you out of here. Peckhams, so you're okay? Huh? Yeah, Pedro died to save all of your lives. I never forgive you if you all lost them here. I see. That's Cacao Island. Sanji. Yeah. Luffy's not here yet. Don't get close to the battleships along the coast. I'll get Luffy and bring him to the ship, I promise. Are your weapons sharp and ready, men? If he's coming, it'll be in the next 5 minutes. Come, Straw Hat Luffy. The danger continues. One Piece after 896 end. The panel with Katakuri sort of saying like, oh, I guess you can't see the future. That was a cool panel. The Peckham, you know what's funny? My favorite part of this chapter was Peckham's is like, I don't think it was a random appearance, but like for him to appear carrying Brule, and to like use a different name. That was funny. It was funny. I don't know why, but it was funny to me. But that was the best part of the chapter. Like, I don't know what that says about this chapter. Right? Like, and I think that like if I reread some of these chapters, I probably understand how Peckham's got into the mirror world. Maybe he was hiding there at some point. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I don't really care, right? That's kind of the thing. That's something that I've sort of talked about. This isn't going to be too long because I know there's some other streams going on that I kind of want to jump into. But this chapter's not very good, man. And look, I'm really trying here. But again, my favorite part of the chapter was what's his name again? What was the name that he was using? Let's go to the previous page. No, that was the last page. Mysterums? I mean, I laughed at it because it was so terrible. It was such a right because it's such a terrible code name or whatever. That like it makes you laugh. But to me that was the best part of the chapter. Like just the awfulness of that joke. Like it made it funny. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a dad joke, with like a horrible pun or something like that. And it's there's a feeling in the pit of my stomach, and the reason for that is I I wanted this to be a good chapter for some people. You know what I mean? Like, I know there are people that goes, this chapter was amazing. It was phenomenal. It was fantastic. But I don't understand that. And I don't think I ever will. Like, no, not even that I don't understand it. I will never feel that. I won't. Even if I reread this arc, I will never feel that about this chapter. This chapter is so lackluster. And the battle was so awfully done that it just, right? The clash was very weak. Snake Man, trash. Right? And we've been saying this. We were like, yo, Snake Man's trash. And what happened? Snake Man was trash. He was training up his observation haki for whatever reason. I still don't know. I mean, I know, right? Like, the reason was he wanted to see if he could do it. And then he couldn't do it in the same capacity, right? As Katakuri. But whatever. I mean, this battle, man. I think it's going to be much better in the anime, but it's still going to be a weak battle to me. I'm of the thought that, like, the emotional impact, the way that the battles are written, the super important metaphors that exist within those battles, right? Battles without impactful metaphors are trash. They just trash to me, honestly. Rarely will you see a battle that's just like bam, 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 bam. That's very good. You know, maybe it'll be like, oh, that looked cool. But looking cool to me is like very different from like, that was a quality battle. There were so many things going on there. It worked on a literal and right? It worked on like a surface level and a figurative level. This battle is trash, man. I mean, it's a trash battle. I don't understand how people see this battle as very good. I don't see it. I don't see it. And that's what bothers me, right? It's like, is that the best that Oda could do? That was the best that Oda could do, right? And I said this in my tweet. You give a generally trash battle, you're gonna get a trash ending to that battle, right? Because everything about a battle, like, right, the end of the battle, the beginning, like, everything rests on, any part of a battle rests on something else. Buddy, sorry, one of my cats is being ridiculous. Sorry. Right, every great battle rests, like, it has a foundation, such a solid figurative foundation, and a solid, just like, you know, from like the way that the fight's constructed, right? The sort of, I guess some people call like fight choreography. And I guess you could call it that. I still have my reservations about it, but I think that for now, that's the best, like that. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. But this fight is so lackluster. It's just trash. It's such a trash fight for the stakes, right? For what's going on. And I think there is gonna be a twist in this arc, because right now this arc is, it's like a tiny bit below mediocre, just a tiny bit, right? It's like it's clawing its way back to mediocrity, but it's just like, it just needs that extra push. You know, I'm not gonna talk for too long, okay? Right, by One Piece standards, this is what we're talking about here. One Piece standards. Fights are not just the fights. When we talk about fights, we ain't just talking about the fight. We're talking about everything that surrounds the fight. The context, man. The context is important. Anybody that's telling me that context isn't important when it comes to a fight, what are you talking about? Maybe if it's not important to you, that's fine. But generally, when people are like, "Yo, this is one of the best fights ever," it's because the context of that fight matters so much, and it elevates it, right? It matters. Anybody that's coming to you telling me that's telling you context does not matter in a manga battle, what are you talking about, man? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But people will like willfully be like, "Nah, the context doesn't really matter." They will willfully say that so they can save a battle that's actually trash, right? Because generally this battle's trash, and this is one of the reasons why like I have a hard time watching like certain anime, right, like or reading certain manga, let alone watching an anime. For me, like it's not even that I can't watch anime, but because my time is so limited, I'm like, am I gonna like really sit there and watch this anime and spend all these minutes, or am I gonna read this manga over here and read way more chapters than I can episodes? I'm gonna go pick the manga because when I love manga, I'm a manga person more so than an anime person. But like you see just like some of these animes, trash battles. Some of the manga, trash battles. This is the trash battle. I mean, the whole thing with Luffy putting the hat over his head. I mean, it was so corny. It was so corny, man. As if Oda's like trying to force down our throats these things that we're supposed to feel about it. You know, this is supposed to have some intense gravitas, some weight, and it doesn't. Metal music would be interesting. Reacting to metal music, I should. I used to read. Not read. Like I used to listen to metal, like a little bit of metal, not too much. But like in my like senior year of high school, later, like the second sort of like half of my senior year in high school, a little bit at the beginning of like my first year at my community college, I used to listen to like a decent amount of like metal, a lot of punk rock, a lot of that stuff, you know. But like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should. That'd be interesting. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But yeah. I mean, this chapter was just really. It's such a bad battle. And it's such a bad battle because it was supposed to be so much more, right? It was supposed to be so much more, but it's just not. It's just not. Right? So many battles, especially for One Piece, so many battles would be trash if it didn't have the context. Some of the battles are trash because they have no context. That's all they are. So they're not as great as other battles that do have significant Oda levels of context, right? The emotional weight, right? From a fighting standpoint, it was a mediocre fight. There were so many things about it that just bothered me. The whole Katakuri turning into a donut thing. I don't know if that was Oda trying to do some comedy, but it just didn't work. One, because the battle was supposed to be particularly serious, and then he adds this sort of like weird comedy sort of bit to it that just it doesn't hold its ground because it's not very good comedy or humor, or whatever you want to call it. But everybody's telling me the fight choreography was so amazing. It was like maybe one chapter where the fight choreography was really basic to me. And this is the thing, right? This is when you have to start to think about how, right? When you're thinking about just like, sometimes you think about One Piece, and I think just like from a general standpoint, usually the battles in terms of the manga, the battle choreography tends to be pretty mediocre anyways. I mean, if I had to like look through all of the manga fights, like in terms of the drawing, the battles, the choreography would probably be pretty mediocre anyways. It's generally similar things. Sometimes it might be a bit better, but usually they're not very good. Maybe Sanji's choreography might be better in terms of battles in the manga, but generally it's not very good. That's not to say the battles are trash or anything like that. I'm just saying that like from like a manga like drawing standpoint, Oda's not like the best, right? Clearly, when it comes to like drawing sort of out battles. The choreography for like this battle is not very good. Right? Someone told us something like those pages, man, that chapter was so good. The last chapter, man, you see that battle choreography? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. All I saw was some punches and some more punches. And like, it wasn't even right. It wasn't that the choreography was good. I think some people like misconstrue the fight choreography from the ways in which certain techniques are drawn, right? Like the whole spiked mochi kind of thing. Like that's not fight choreography. That's just like the spiked mochi looked cool. Like it was drawn visually, like right, it was visually appealing. That's about it. But the fight choreography, we're talking about, right? We're also including like, what do the blows mean, right? Not just the literal, but the figurative. That adds to it. That adds to whether the fight choreography is very good, right? There are certain fights where certain moves are decided upon because of the context of the battle, right? If we're thinking about like, let's say something like Yusuke versus Toguro, right? The ways in which, like, right, Yusuke decides to do particular moves, even the ways in which like Toguro decides to battle, they all have weight to them because of the context. The ways in which Toguro says, you know what, I'm going to conserve my power because of da-da-da-da reasons, right? The way that Yusuke says, you know what, I'm going to keep my spirit cuffs on because da-da-da-da reasons. Right? The moments in which he chooses to use the spirit gun, those moments always hold significant weight in that battle. It's never just, boom, I'm going to shoot a spirit gun because I'm going to shoot a spirit gun. Right? It all is very calculated. And that's because Togashi's great. He's great at that. But this chapter is terrible. It wasn't very good. If I had to give this chapter a rating, it'd be a 4 out of 10. Maybe even a 3.5 out of 10. I would say a 3.5 out of 10. The only reason I'll give it a 3.5 out of 10 is because the Mysterioms was kind of funny. Like it made me chuckle a little bit because it was so terrible that it was really funny. But if I had to rate this chapter, it'd be a 3.5 out of 10. It wasn't very good. And especially because like the emotional weight and stuff like that, it just isn't there. There are so many other fights that have great battle choreography, have significant weight to the story. To the characters in terms of their own development, right, or character progression, and a little bit of development, but mostly like but sometimes progression, right? This fight is just very lackluster. Again, I've been talking about this, like the way that Oda tried to like cram in the whole Katakuri thing with the bullying because of his face, like it's just like. Oda, you had like, I'm not saying Oda had way more time because like, he works at Weekly Shonen Jump, so he really doesn't. But at the very least, you could have said, you know what, like there were so many points where he could have just said, you know what, I'm gonna spend a chapter really, really going into Katakuri's past or something like that. That would have been incredible. I'm gonna try to join. I'm gonna end the stream now because I don't wanna do this for too long. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to rant. Even though I think I've already kind of done that a little bit. So I'm gonna try to hop in the King of Lightning stream. I'm gonna end the stream now, and I'm gonna see if I can hop in. If I can hop in, great. If I can't hop in, whatever. But I know that there are gonna be other streams, so I'm gonna try to hop in. I'm gonna see what's going on in that stream. All right. I give this chapter a 3.5 out of 10. People are gonna be like, bruh, you gonna give this a 3.5 out of 10? This was at least a 7 out of 10. At least a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for this chapter? No, really? 7 out of 10? A 7 out of 10? It was that far above mediocrity that you gave it a 7 out of 10? No. The chapter was a 3.5 out of 10. It was like, it was trash. It was a trash chapter. Please. And people are gonna be like, no, this is so good though. The emotional impact though. The symbolism though. Symbolism is all well and dandy, but again, there is a difference between quality symbolism, quality metaphor, quality figurative language, and trash. There's a difference, man. There's a difference. And some people, they don't get that. They're just like, yo, if Oda gives me this thing, I'm going to roll with it because I'm going to roll with Oda because that's what you do. That's what you do. Man, cold, da-da-da-da. Man, get out of here with that, man. Nah. Again, I'm 29. I don't have time to be like, yo, but this chapter was so good though. Oda, just trusting Oda, man. I'm 29 years old. I'm not a baby. I am not 9 years old. I've seen 10-year-olds who were like, yo, I want to know about this thing. They know. 10-year-olds know metaphor. They know this stuff. You know? So it's like, Oda, you got to step it up, man. Oda got to step it up. The art, okay, whatever. But generally, storytelling-wise, battle-wise, Oda's got to step it up. Because this battle was so boring. The ending was boring. The beginning was the beginning of the battle wasn't even so much interesting as, again, the best part of this the two best parts of this battle were Luffy breaking the mirror and the merienda. Those are the best parts of the battle, and they weren't even like really battle moments. Right? I mean, a 7 out of 10. I can't, man. I'm sorry, Sombra. That's your opinion. That's cool, but like, I just have a hard time seeing it. I don't know. Like for me, I'm just like, man, like, right? It's like I'm just taking everything in. It's just, I don't know. Right? The execution of that symbolism, of that figurative language, of the metaphor, right? That's important. It's so important. It's so important. If you're doing it all willy-nilly, right? Like, yeah, the highest that I could give this chapter would be, if I was being nice, a 5. If I was being really, really nice, a 5. But for me, it's 3.5. And I'm trying to be like, yo, if I don't like a chapter, why am I going to give it a 6? If I don't like a chapter, why am I going to give it a 5? If I don't really like a chapter, why am I going to give it a 7? Why would I do that? Right? Why would I do that? If I don't like a chapter, it's going below a 5. Oda needs to expand on so many things. Like, I don't want to have to explain. Like, I don't want to have to like go all through all this stuff just to get the basic points of the battle. I don't want to have to do that work. I should not have to do that work. It's not my job as the reader to do that much work. Yes, as a reader, you can do certain types of work in terms of like saying like, hey, this is a metaphor. Hey, this is this is a particular use of like symbolism or synecdoche or whatever, right? Or these motifs are working in this way. That's fine, right? But this arc, man, especially the second half, man. Not doing it for me. Not doing it for me. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can hop into that stream. Let's see if it's still going on. You know, I'm gonna try to stay calm because I know people are gonna be coming. They're gonna be talking. Like, I really want to hear the honest rankings of these chapters. That's what I'm gonna try to push. I'm gonna try to push that. All right, I'm gonna try to get into King Lightning stream, and I'm gonna push it. I'm like, what's your rating? If you had to give this chapter a number, what's your rating? I want to hear this stuff. I want to hear that. Like, man, oh man. I think anything over a 5 is really pushing it. But that's just me. Anything over a 5 is like really pushing it. And even a 5 is like, I don't know. But I can understand if someone tried to give it a 5 because it was like, hey, like these are some things. There were some things that I liked. There were some things that I didn't like. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. Okay, I understand that, right? Because it's like it's 5. Somewhere in the middle. 5.5, whatever. But 3.5 for me, man. 3.5 for me. Trash ending to a trash battle. That's what we're going to go with for this one. Luffy versus Katakuri. Trash ending to a trash battle. The beginning was great. Right? Just because of pickups, right? Like, yo, pickups made me laugh. Like, it was funny. It was so terrible. It was just so, like, Sogeking, right? That's what made me laugh about it, because it reminded me of Sogeking, and it just made me funny. You know? The progression, like, I get it, but, like, we already know this progression is coming. Like, it's like, yes, of course Luffy's going to get stronger. Like, yes, of course Luffy's observation haki is going to get stronger. Of course his armament haki is going to get stronger. Of course his conqueror's haki is going to get stronger. Why would we ever believe that it wouldn't? That's the stuff that's bothering me. Like Oda's treating readers like they 7. We're not 7 years old. We've been reading this for a while. Oda knows this. That's the thing, right? Oda knows he's not reading. He's not writing for 6-year-olds. He's not writing for 7-year-olds. Oda is writing for like kids that are of the age, or that are at such an age that they are able to understand instinctively what a metaphor is, what figurative language is, what symbolism is. They are taught this in schools. So, nah, Oda. No excuse. Don't tell me you're writing for kids. Don't tell me you're dumbing it down for whatever reason, because kids are not dumb. They're not dumb. Don't treat kids like they're dumb. Don't treat adults like they're dumb. That's how I feel about it. Right? That's how I feel about it. Let me try to go into King of Lightning stream, man. This is gonna be pray for me, man. Pray for me. Pray for me. All right. Dustin's probably in there, so it's gonna be, it might be just be me and him against the world or something like that. I don't know. But pray for me, all right? Pray for me. All right. I'm a black manga critic, y'all. All right. But I'm out. I'm out. All right, let me just end this stream right now. Ugh. Ugh. You end like that, because man, who man? All right, let me really try to get into King stream. Okay, I'm out. I'm out, guys. All right, I'm out.